John Dye, TV and movie actor. Oh, Touched by the Angel. Touched by an Angel. Brooklyn Decker, fashion model, TV and movie actors. Charlie Day, TV and movie actor. I think he's on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's getting really big now since he got on that show. Ann B. Davis, you know who that is? That's Alice from the Brady Bunch. Rome Onda's NFL wide receiver. Barack Obama. Remember, all the presidents are on here, including Barack Obama, 44th U.S. president. Britney Spears. Yep, Britney Spears. Taylor Swift. Yep, Taylor Swift. You notice how Taylor Swift, how she's talking always crazy, like she, wants open borders, and she, she'll actually get on there and say, I need these illegal alien black people to come and pick my crops like cotton for slave wages. So we can get cheaper prices. And she acts like she's a good person. Like she literally, okay, Brad Pitt, yep, megastar. And what did I say? Here's Justin Trudeau, 23rd Prime Minister of Canada. Jordan Brewster, TV and movie actress. I don't know who that is. Kevin Love, NBA All-Star player. Pete Buttigieg. Remember Pete Buttigieg? He's the Secretary of Transportation. All the secretaries, all the presidents, vice presidents. Cindy Crawford, mega. Dakota Fanning and Ellie Fanning, mega actors or whatever. Julie Bowen, TV and movie actors. Tyler Tooney. See, now this guy, he's nobody. He's actually he goes back to the 5 kings or 7 kings, but I don't think he's just they're not all in the deep state. You know what I'm saying? Ava Mitchell, model and actress. Aaron Paul, I think that's the guy from the young one from Breaking Bad, TV and movie actor. Adrian Grenner, TV and movie actor. Edwin Hubble, remember the Hubble telescope? Yeah, that's the guy. Jennifer Lawrence. Julianne Hughes, singer and dancer. Derek Hugh, dancer and actor. Sarah Jessica Parker, TV and movie actress. Vanessa Hudgens, TV. Timothy Hutton. Linda Gray. Noah Mills. Mark Wahlberg. These are all actors, but they're probably mega actors that you know. I don't know many of the actors people, but Mark Wahlberg and Donnie Wahlberg, they're big, giant, mega whatevers. Then you got Rand Paul, that's the U.S. Secretary from Kentucky right now, the senator. Joe Carey, which is a TV and movie actor. I don't know who that is. And that is the end of the list. But I want you to watch. I'm going to scroll it up, and you get about 8 names, you know what I mean? See, let me put all the names on here. So you get 4, you can get about 9 names, 8 or 9 names on there at one time. Now let's see how long it takes just to scroll up to the top. Okay, here we go. And keep in mind, all these are just, they are first and second and third and 10th and 15th, 20th cousins because they're so inbred. And that's what royalty is. They're inbred pieces of garbage. But, see, they're all direct descendants, not just to one guy, to 7 kings 1,000 years ago. And not only that, they all have the same bloodline. It goes through like 10 different kings before that. You know what I mean? Like King Henry VIII, King Henry III, Edward I, Mary Stuart, Charles V. They all go through these same people, and they also all go through the Magna Carta. All the Magna Carta people, all the U.S. Constitution people that signed, it's still going, that signed the U.S. Constitution, and everyone that signed the Declaration of Independence, they're all royals, going back to King Edward I, and a lot of them are going back to this one man, Charlemagne, the king of everyone. But not only that, it goes back to 5 other kings. These 2 right here, William the Conqueror, King Louis VI, all these 12 Magna Carta things. King Henry III. Well, he's one of the ones after, but you can see King Edward I, King Henry VIII. You know, they go through these. See how it goes through Elizabeth I, Charles V, Mary Stuart, Queen of Scots. They all have the same thing. Did you see how long that took me to scroll up, though? Let's go down. Look, I'm going to go up to the top, right? So you can see the Charlemagne, right? And we're going to scroll down again and see. Just see how long it takes. All these people. And this is not the full list. Keep in mind, this is not the full list. These are the only... For some reason, all these people seem to have the same bloodline. Four bloodlines that go back to these 7 kings, right? But there's a lot of people that go back to Charlemagne that are not on this list, and all of them are never go back to all 5 kings. It's like they're only putting the mega people on here, even though there's a lot of famous people that go back to Charlemagne, but they don't go back to Charlemagne with these other kings. They only just go, they go through King Henry VIII, Edward I, Henry III, and then they go straight to Charlemagne. You know what I mean? They don't split out to these other kings. Why aren't they on this list, though? Why is it the only people on this list seem to be the mega royals? And what we're going to do in the next couple videos when I come back to this, we're going to go to the Queen of England and Meghan Markle, or maybe Prince and Diana, and just go through the main things to show you how they go through these same 5 kings too, through the same bloodline, the single bloodline that splits out into 4 bloodlines, and then it goes into 7 of the most influential kings in history. They go back 1,300 years. They all lead to it. They're all direct descendants, they're cousins too. Don't get me wrong, but they're all direct descendants. You know what I mean? Not just the presidents and the Secretary of States and the CIA directors and the U.S. Supreme Court justices and the vice presidents. Also, just like a monarchy, also the wives of these presidents and vice presidents. They're also, just like a monarchy, they're all marrying their cousins. There was 3 levels of this monarchy. You know what I mean? You got your low royals that have a bloodline that go to King Edward's, but you're only like a first or second. You're a cousin. Your bloodline leads directly back to the King Edward's, but as a cousin, not as a direct, as a grandson or son. You know what I mean? Those were the lower royals, and then the middle royals were the people that went all the way to King Edward's, but they were directly to him, like son to son to son to father to son to father to son, direct line, no cousins or nothing. You know what I mean? And that was the mid royals, and then the top royals would be people that are directly through that same bloodline to King Edward I. But then it also splits off into 4 bloodlines that lead to 7 kings. What I learned was that the bottom, because I'm looking to, these lower royals that only go to, or lower or middle royals that only go to King Edward's. Yeah, I'm noticing that they all go to, not all of them, I've just started finding this trend, okay? But it seems like they're all going back to Charlemagne, but they don't go to any other kings. You know what I mean? Like they go up to King Edward's, and then they skip everybody else, and they don't split out into 4 bloodlines and get 7 kings. They only go to Charlemagne. All of them. So he's the main guy, okay? First of all. Second of all, this means that because I had a direct bloodline to just, half of them were just going to King Edward's, but that isn't the truth. They're actually going to this man. It's just they're not going to the other kings. In the same way with the cousins that are cousins of King Edward's. Yeah, they go to King Edward's as a kid's cousin, But then they switch over and they go straight to Charlemagne. But they don't split out into 4 different whatevers, you know what I mean, bloodlines. They go straight to Charlemagne as a direct descendant. And I'll be going over, we're going to go over some, and after the monarchy stuff in England, we're going to go over some of the assassins. We'll look at their genealogy, and you can see how they're related to all our presidents. like John Wilkes Booth, what is he? He's like George Bush's great grandfather. That's literally a direct line to the guy I'm talking about. This is John Wilkes Booth, on famouskin.com, okay? See how Mary Stuart is one of the people that would be, and it's a 10th cousin. But remember, it doesn't matter about cousins because no matter how many, what they are, like 10th cousin, that means they're also 5th cousin, 4th cousin, 3rd cousin. They're cousins all over the place. They're so inbred, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter because the only thing that matters is who their grandparents were. And that's what I'm saying. They have direct bloodlines back to the same grandparents or great-grandparents. Okay? But you can see he's still a lower royal, okay? But look at what I'm thinking now. He's 10th cousins with Queen Elizabeth I and King Henry VIII. He's 9th cousin here. Charles V, remember he's only 9th cousins with him though. He gets to Prince Harry Williams, Princess Diana, King Charles. Now he's up to 4th cousins, okay? But what really matters is it's in the past because they split off around King Henry VIII to other countries or whatever. So our country would, we would all be cousins to these people right here, like Queen Elizabeth II and King Charles the Third, the king of today. They would be, American monarchy would be cousins to these people, but not to King Edwards and, so forth, Henry III and anyone before them, right? Look when he gets to these people. King Edwards I, he's 4th cousin, right? Just like the rest of the, king of today. But then goes back even further to King Henry III, and he's 3rd cousins. And that's where I stopped at, and I thought he was a lower royal because he was only a 3rd cousin to King Henry III, and only a 4th cousin to King Edward I, right? So I'm thinking he's still a lower royal, but I didn't realize. And then if you look through the Magna Carta, he's got like 12 of them, but they're all cousins, right? All of them. And then I found out he's a cousin to King. This is one of the main 5 kings, right? Or main 7. He's cousin to that. Then I realized he was a grandchild to King Robert I, one of the 3rd most important king. But here's where it gets thingy. He's also grandchild to, so he's got the French line in there, right? The first French kings, right? Louis VI and Robert I, right? Then he's got William the Conqueror. That's the England part. There's 2 main kings in England, Alfred the Great and William the Conqueror. So he's went to William the Conqueror, which means his bloodline goes all the way back to Alfred the First as a 1st cousin, okay? And it also means that he goes back to Charlemagne as he's a grandchild to, this guy John Wilkes Booth is a grandchild to Charlemagne. He wasn't on the list, but he has to be. He doesn't have to actually be 1st cousins with Alfred the Great, but this guy William the Conqueror has a direct bloodline to Charlemagne. So if he and John Wilkes Booth has a direct line to this because he's a grandkid of William the Conqueror, so he can just follow that bloodline that this guy already has to Charlemagne. So he's definitely a grandkid of Charlemagne. So I'm noticing even the lower royals, sometimes they are going, maybe they all go back, I don't know, I'm just seeing this trend where it goes all the way back to Charlemagne. Even these even these lower royals, the